We always say that this year is going to be our year. This year is going to be great. And then we're in that year and things might be going fine at first and they struggle. Or they start off kind of rough and they get a little bit better, but then the whole year is rough. Has anybody ever had a perfect year? Woo! Welcome, one, welcome all to your space for everything empowerment. I'm your host, Tariq Williams, aka Vision of Hope. But you know what we do here? Not only I am Vision of Hope, but we are Vision of Hope. And this is your space for everything empowerment. And this is your reality check of 2024. Remember the song? This is my sorry for 2000. This is my reality check for 2024. And I ain't gonna sing it no more. I think that's how the lyrics go. Um, Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Reality check for 2024. That's what this episode's all about today. Um, what we're gonna talk about in this episode is discussing a bit of 2024, discussing the years past, how we typically enter the year and how we when we typically enter a new year, what that energy is typically like. From there, I'm going to tell you a little bit of stories. And after that, truly have that understanding of what moving forward looks like. We always think of the new year as something new. And let's get ahead of that today. All right. So that's what we're talking about today in this episode. Like, subscribe, review, share with a friend that needs a reality check of 2024. Because here's the situation. You did not get everything that you wanted this year. And we're in November now. Can you believe that? We are in November. We are in the 11th month. We're well into the fourth quarter, all right? We are in the 11th month. And unfortunately, you didn't get everything that you wanted this year. The year is not over. Don't get me wrong. The year is not over, but you didn't get everything that you wanted. You didn't get the dream, the goals weren't all hit, but it's okay because you're kind of brushing it off and you're trying to decide and regain your composure again and figure out what next is going to look like for you because things came up this year, right? Things came up this year that you couldn't control. And trust me, I get it. I truly do. Um, a quote that came up in the podcast this year, or actually this was last year actually. Life will always be lifing. That's just a fact. Um, so let's go in the time machine a little bit. Let me tell you all a little bit of a story of what you need to understand with this reality check. See, in 2022 was when I decided that I wanted to create a brand. I did not know exactly what that was going to look like. I was just kind of doing it and having fun. But also in 2022, everybody was also saying, okay, this is going to be our year. You know, the world is no longer as shut down as it was. We were still working through that. Don't get me wrong, but we were getting through it, right? So, okay, 2022 is going to be it because we're slowly getting out of what 2020 and what 2021 was. We're no longer working virtual as much as we were. Like we're able to hang out with friends and family again and meet new people and hang out. So we're slowly getting out of that in 2022. And as we slowly got out of that in 2022, you still felt, even though the pandemic and such was slowly coming to an end, you still felt like it was there. It was still lingering. You were still struggling in what that was going to look like for you. You were still hurting. You were still suffering because you had no momentum from 2020 and 2021 to take into 2022. So that was still hard. So then I said to myself, it was cool that I created something really neat with a podcast and a YouTube channel. I'm having fun as I, sporadically put out episodes and it's fun and it's neat, but I'm not necessarily making the change that I want to make. So I said, okay, I'm going to go into 2023 because 2023 is really going to be my year. And I walked into 2023 sprinted. I sprinted into 2023 because we don't slow, we don't do incomplete here. You know, a lot of times on the channel, I you say that a lot. That we don't do incomplete here. So why would we start now? That was the energy we were bringing in 2023. All right. That was the energy. And so we went into 2023 and I was excited and I was moving forward and things were happening and I was, putting out episodes on the YouTube channel and decided developing it into a podcast and I'm having a lot of fun now, right? And people are telling me, Tariq, you are able to make change. Tariq, I love the word of the day segments that you used to do. Tariq, the podcast episodes are so empowering. This is exactly what I needed to hear. But like we said before, the life keeps on lifing, right? And so for those of you who've been here, you know that 2023, I didn't talk a lot about this until the end of 2023, but in the summer of 2023, I was preparing for a session and I had some clients outside of my office and I got a phone call as they started kind of starting to walk towards my office. And it was my sister telling me that she just got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And I was like, I thought it was, I didn't know what to do or what to say in that moment, but I knew that I just needed to find a way to show up for her, listen to her, talk to her, whatever that was going to look like. As I thought that I was going to build momentum and have some fun and, see my sister soon at some point, we're going to hang out and some different things and spend time together and what that was going to look like. I was super excited once again, but then that happened. So once again, I take a step back, I take a deep breath and support her in any way that I could. As the year progressed, I still found ways to put out different episodes, took breaks when I felt like I needed them, but still tried to be the light on the internet, that empowering voice on the internet and on podcast land that I possibly could be, even though internally I knew that I was hurting, but hoping for the miracle, hoping for the best, hoping for great things to happen. I go in depth in this episode about my sister quite a bit and an episode I did in the very beginning of the year in February. Um, but as I continued, I still felt incomplete. I didn't feel like myself because someone that I used to talk to a bunch was going through something very hard. And so once again, life kept lifing, but I tried to find a way to work through it. And I said, okay, you know, 2023 hasn't been the greatest, but I'm going to just continue because I'm not trying to do anything. I'm either working towards it or I'm not. So I'm working towards being better every day. You are working towards being better every day. You are going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to bring momentum into 2024 and I'm going to do my absolute best to create a brand where I can empower people to live the lives that they love and actually don't chase dreams because when you chase your dreams, you imply that they're running away from you. And what your dreams are just waiting for you to put in the work. And so I'm running and I'm putting in the work because my dream's waiting for me. And I said, okay, 2024 is going to be it. On January 1st, my sister passed away. A lot of reflection because that was the start of the year, right? But one thing that I told myself was that I was going to be the brother who she always loved, make her proud, be consistent, bring the energy that I knew that she really appreciated in me. Um, no one could quite be Dakotia, but if I could live a life that she could be proud of, I'm doing all right. And so 2024 didn't start off the best. And right now you're at a job that you don't like. You're going through some family things that you didn't know was going to happen. You're going through some family things right now that you're not able to control. You're struggling in a way that you're not able to understand because you don't have the job that you want, and you don't know how to show up for your friends and family in the way that they actually need or want, but you want to find a way to do your best, but now you don't know how, and then you stop and then you're stuck. And just like that, we're in November 2024, and then we're talking now about 2025, and we're getting ready for the holidays, and we're trying to get ready to enjoy all those great times. But understand this. Yes, it's true that life will always be lifing. Things are always going to happen. And one thing I used to say sometimes is that the journey will always keep journeying. But that's actually not true. See, here's your reality check for 2024. The fact of the matter is, you're in your situation because you didn't follow through. This is the harsh reality check, but you didn't follow through and what you said you were going to do. You let life get in the way. You saw the opportunities, but you were tired. You saw the opportunities, but you were hurting. You saw the opportunities, but you didn't seek help when you needed it when you were down. Because sometimes you're going to be down. It's funny. We always say that this year is going to be our year. This year is going to be great. And then we're in that year and things might be going fine at first and they struggle. Or they start off kind of rough and they get a little bit better, but then the whole year is rough or what have you. Has anybody ever had a perfect year? There are 365 days in a year. If you have 365 perfect days, we need to have a conversation. I got to have you on the podcast. Hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got to actually have you on. Because guess what? There's 0% of people that have had a perfect year. Because life continues lifing. But what you need to understand is this: the journey will keep on journeying if you keep on the journey, if you stay on the path, if you stay on the course. See, the reason when I did take a break from the podcast towards the end of December last year into January, and I was getting ready to start back up, and more things was going on with my sister, so I didn't. I told myself that I was going to show up every week, tired, struggling, whatever that was going to look like, because I was going to be consistent and show up and be empowering, and whatever that looks like, because I knew that my sister would have appreciated that in me, delighted in me, that, she would tell me, Tariq, you're my person. So I'm going to show up. So the journey only keeps on journeying if you actually journey. Isn't it ironic that Journey made the song Don't Stop Believing? Coincidental or just a fact, right? You have to continue because things are going to happen. Now, as you all know, I do this podcasting every Sunday. And once again, this is your space for everything empowerment. And we bring the energy, we bring the facts, we bring what we got to bring here: the authenticity, the mindset, the health, all that good stuff. Okay. Now, If it's not clear, I'm going to make it clear today. I want you to win. I want you to win because you've been working at it. Not only have you been working at it, you deserve it. Not only do you deserve it, see, you actually are there, but we have to make sure your mindset is connected in that. So we have that sustainable, continued success. And I want you to win in 2025. Let's make this the final restart. Let's make this the last restart. We can't restart this over and over again because let's be real here for a second. It's a flip of the calendar. Another day, right? Let's start preparing now. I want you to win. So, we're tired of whatever happened in 2024. So let me introduce to you all, it's time to win in 2025. We're getting ready right now. So let me introduce you to the coaching program we got going on. Special offers going on right now. It's an online course, about 8 modules, several lessons in those modules, bonus sessions about how to use money, how to work with money with some special guests, some different health bonuses, and several other bonuses to come about how to win in 2025 and actually take control of your 2025 and actually taking control of your vision. The vision program. This is what we got going on here. Because like I told y'all before, it's not only I am Vision of Hope, it's we are Vision of Hope, and we are discussing your vision for 2025 to actually make it happen. Whatever happened in 2024, we're going to pick it apart. So not only do you get the online course and those bonuses, we'll have 3 one-on-one coaching sessions to really dig deep into what happened in 2024, figure out those odds and ends, and actually create some sustainable thoughts and processes to win in 2025. We're going to make this happen together. So win in 2025. So comment win if you're on YouTube. Direct message me on Instagram, Vision, Facebook, Vision, reach out, DM, let's connect. Let's make this happen. We're creating a community here of people who are going to win in 2025, not want to win. Because I want a lot of things. But there's a difference in saying that you want something and that you're going to go get it. We're going to win in 2025 with this coaching program. We're going to recognize and own our vision to have sustainable and continued success. Let's make it happen. We'll have information down below. Win in 2025. Let's make it happen. Connect with me. Let's have a conversation. Let's go make it happen because you all can reflect on your why. My boy asked me a question before. One of my boys, he's a director and he doing an awesome film over in Los Angeles. I'll share him. I'll have him on the podcast at some point. My boy Jalen. He asked me a question, and I'm not going to give you all the full answer, but he asked me a question. As you all know that listen to me, I'm blind, and he asked me, Tariq, how do you define your vision? Not your eyesight, Tariq, but how do you define your vision? Great question, Jay. Great question. You listening to the podcast? How do you define your vision? How do I define my vision? Great question. I'd love to tell you. Here is the short answer. Your vision is your responsibility. Let's go make it happen. Not only I am Vision of Hope, but we are Vision of Hope. See you in the coaching program. Let's get it.